everybody should know that's how love goes. It's good for the soul. Oh, I got a long way to go, but it won't stop the pain. No, that's the kind of thing that keeps me coming back again and again.
Till I see your face, I won't be satisfied. No, no. I won't stop, I won't quit until I'm yours and you are mine. Don't you know?
And I can't live my life for nobody else but me. Try to tell me what to do. And that's the way that love goes. That's the way it goes. You said it's good for the soul.
Good for the soul, everybody.
And everybody should know that's how love goes. It's good for the soul. And everybody should know that's how love goes. It's good for the soul.
Big Mama used to walk out on the front porch and say, "It smells like rain today." I sniffed the air as hard as I could, but I couldn't smell anything. Wish I knew that something like that was gonna happen. Wish I could have sniffed out how crazy the next 2 months would be.
Can I have your attention, please? Hey! The little boy who got hit by that car is lying in a coma, fighting for his life while we are sitting around here bickering. Now, we need to focus on getting everyone in the neighborhood to sign these. Without speed bumps, this is bound to happen once again.
We signed petitions last year. And what happened?
Alderman Davis screwed us is what happened. But we still need her on our side to get this done.
I can't believe she's going to be reelected in a few weeks.
We should turn this committee into a Dump Davis committee.
Or a nominate Maxine Chadway committee.
Stop talking crazy, Grace. Running this committee for 2 years does not mean I'm ready to run for office.
Who chaired that committee that raised all that money for the March of Dimes while running her husband's business?
And who was on TV after the riots quoting Du Bois? I nominate Maxine Chadway for the office of Alderman in the 16th District.
I second it.
Okay, seriously. Let's just concentrate on the speed bumps for now. And how we're going to raise money for the March of Dimes this year.
Seriously? You are in denial. You know this neighborhood.
You could do
Tomorrow?
3 and 4.
Sometimes being the best at things has its drawbacks. While all the rest of the kids get to spend spring break playing basketball and going to the mall, I make the school's academic excellence list and get to spend a week with the nerds visiting the Smithsonian.
Sorry, man, but someone has to go.
You know, I really like to go to the Smithsonian, but I don't want to go with the Buster Patrol. So, thanks.
And you have to pay $1,000 just for the privilege.
Grand, huh?
Ahmad?
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Please have your parents fill out the travel consent form, okay?
I can't go, Mrs. Briggs. My family doesn't have the money.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, it's still a wonderful honor to make the list.
I know. Thanks.
You are.
Can't believe she bought that.
This is the first time since I've been at Lakeside Prep that I can say not being rich has its privileges.
Mara, you'll keep us informed as you go through the filing.
Of course.
Oh, I almost forgot. The big man sends his greetings from Paris and says he wishes we were all there.
Well, when you talk to Ray again, tell him that we know better than to believe that he wishes we were there with him on his honeymoon.
And finally, Terry has some great news.
Yes. Robertson Steele is now our client. They're diversifying, selling off their dry goods subsidiary, and I convinced them that they needed us to make the sale a smooth one.
Congratulations, Terry.
Oh, congratulations to all of us.
Nice.
So kind of keep everyone pretty busy.
Nothing wrong with busy. That's it for today. Thanks. Can I talk to you a minute?
Sure.
Ray asked me to put a friendly reminder in your ear about our commitment to pro bono work.
The first case I did was pro bono.
Defending your cousin. A great job, but that was family. Just don't overlook our commitment to community. Okay?
Of course.
But don't think we're not proud of you. And whatever you do, don't stop bringing in the big clients.
See you later.
Hey, Maxine.
Hey, George.
Hey, baby, now what are you doing here?
Bringing my husband his lunch.
Oh, now that's love. When a woman brings her husband some smothered chicken and rice?
Mm-hmm.
Now that is love.
Yes, it is.
And even though you drove all the way across town to bring me my favorite meal and to ask me a question I'm going to say no to, you know, I still appreciate the effort.
You know what? I can just take my food home then.
Well, no. Come on. Baby, why don't you just sit down and, you know, tell me what's on your mind?
My life and what I should be doing with it.
Huh. Well, seems like you're doing quite a bit already.
Not enough, Kenny.
All right, well, what else do you want to do besides raising our children and taking care of our home?
I'm thinking of running for alderman.
Against Teresa Davis? You're kidding, right?
The neighborhood committee wants to nominate me.
All right, well, you know Davis has a lock on being reelected. Now, she has run unopposed twice.
I know it's not going to be easy, but at least we get to raise the issues that are important to us.
All right, well, okay, if that's what you want to do, then, you know, I got your back.
Really? You're okay with this?
Yeah, I'm sure. I think you make a great alderman.
See? I have an announcement to make. I've decided to run for office against Alderman Davis.
Huh?
You going into politics?
Yes. Remember that little boy who got hit? He's still in a coma. The free clinic just closed down after being open less than 6 months.
Right.
Crack houses in this community and the schools in this neighborhood aren't even safe anymore. And I'm tired of all of it.
Wow, you sound like Alderman Davis already.
Yeah, but the difference is I will actually do what I promised to do.
Isn't that what all politicians say?
Boy.
Yes, Ahmad. But your mom is not a politician. So my word will actually mean something. So, what does my family think?
Oh, hey, I think that Maxine Chadway for alderman is a beautiful thing.
I'm with it.
The man, woman.
Well, Max, have you really thought this thing through?
Oh,
No.
Get her, Max. To the politician with a conscience.
Hey, I like that. I like that. To me, the politician with a conscience. Yeah.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Right. Hey, what's up, Kenny? Hey, Lynn, what's up, my brother? You know your nephew was out there doing his thing, right?
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
So, man, if Max gets to be alderman, what does that make you, first husband? Whatever happened to Max, she stays at home and I go to work?
Well, I don't know. A year ago, she just wanted to get out of the house more, take some art classes. And now she wants a full-time gig. I knew I couldn't talk her out of this alderman thing, so, you know, might as well go along with it and keep some peace on the home front.
So you gave up on everything you claimed was important to you?
You know, you really need some schooling on women, you know that? Lucky I'm here for you.
Now, I know you tripping.
Look, Max is not going to win this thing. Davis has Carl Thomas 9-1 in the polls. When Max loses, I'll be there to comfort her. And then she can go back to doing what she should be doing.
All right, Ahmad, get him! That's my nephew right there,
Yeah,
baby.
that's my son.
Come on.
Pass it over here.
Here we go. Come on, baby. Stop hogging the ball.
Hey, sis.
Hey. Wait, whoa. Watch it. Just because you're running for office doesn't mean you can take over mine.
In the last 3 days, I've gathered over 2,000 signatures.
Wow, you're really serious about this, huh, aren't you?
That is more than the total number of votes the last person who ran against Davis got. I got 20 volunteers committed to canvass. I've already received campaign contributions from the neighbors, Jeffrey's videos, the 24-hour mart, and the committee is ready to put down a deposit for campaign headquarters. It's just a little vacant office, but...
Say no more. I'm getting out my checkbook.
No. I didn't come here to get money. I came here to get a campaign manager.
You're asking me to run your campaign?
You're the best person for the job.
You and I working together would be a disaster. And you know it.
That's not true. Yes, you're bossy, and no, I don't like being bossed. But there is no one I trust more to make sure that I am running the tightest, most professional campaign possible.
I'd love to run your campaign. But I'm only interested if you really want this. Okay? You know how I am. I do not accept defeat gracefully.
I want this so badly, it scares me. Cool. All right.
Jeffrey's video.
Yes.
I'll send a volunteer over to pick up a check. Make it out to the committee to elect Maxine Chadway.
Yes, she announces her candidacy today. I sent you the press release 2 days ago. Come on, Greg. How many times have I let you drag me out of a meeting to give you a quote when I knew you had a deadline? Right. Okay, great. And bring a photographer.
Terry,
Could you take us out to the van, thank you?
Hey, what you...
Hey, baby. Thank you.
Maxine, you know,
Hi, could you get these down to campaign headquarters for us?
Oh, you know, Terry, now look, I just came home to get a little bit of lunch.
Oh.
Chicken.
There's sandwiches in the kitchen, babe. Chadway for Alderman. Yes, this is Maxine speaking. Wonderful. Oh, we'd love to accept your contribution. Terry?
Quiet, please. Quiet. Quiet.
It gives me great pleasure to announce the candidacy of my sister, Maxine Chadway. Thank you. She will bring responsibility, accountability, and a sense of decency back to this office.
All right.
This community needs new leadership. Not someone who will engage in political games or one-upmanship. It's time for this community to be represented by a politician who has a conscience. It's time for this community to be represented by Maxine Chadway. Thank you. Don't react.
What is she doing here?
Oh, I'll handle this.
Alderman, are you concerned about this new challenge to your office?
I'm just here to welcome Ms. Chadway to the race, everybody. Let's not make an event out of this.
Alderman Davis.
Will you excuse us, please?
Gentlemen, we've prepared a pamphlet on where Mrs. Chadway stands on the issues. You'll find it right over there, next to the Joseph family peach cobbler.
Oh, I must admit you've done a good job of pulling this together quickly.
Thank you.
What do you want, Teresa?
For you to remember that we used to be friends and that we're still sorority sisters.
Well, I forgot about those bonds right after you betrayed them.
Then I'll get to the point of my visit. I'm going to win this race. But maybe I can be of help to you.
We don't need your help. Thank you.
No, I want to hear what she has to say.
Thank you. I just came by to be reasonable. Let's say you decide to pull out of the race because you realize that you entered too late to have a real chance. I'll support your call for additional police patrols, corporate sponsorship of daycare, and yes, even your precious speed bumps. Maybe even throw in a job in my office. And if, off the record, I resign to run for state senate next year, I will throw my full support behind the politician with a conscience.
All of this for the candidate who doesn't stand a chance of winning?
The polls speak for themselves, Terry. This simply saves me the trouble of mounting a real campaign.
Well, we'll get back to you, Teresa.
Have a nice day.
You say you really want this, and then the first chance you get, you're ready to throw in the towel and make a deal?
I have no intention of making a deal with that witch. I just wanted to get as much ammunition as I could to use against her later.
What you think?
I think Maxine better ask Ahmad to get on his computer and make some real posters.
Come on.
You think she really has a chance?
If she and Terry keep up at the pace they're going, yes. People are ready for a change.
If Max gets elected, she won't be able to watch Jay anymore.
I know. I've been thinking about it. We've been so spoiled. I do not want to send Jay to daycare.
Well, me either. Maybe you should take a little time off, stay home, till he's ready to go to preschool.
I'd love to, but I'm not a stay-at-home mom. You know, just covering for Max these last few weeks here and there has convinced me of that.
Well, Jay needs to see his daddy go to work every day, so I guess he'll have to go to preschool. I just hope Chicago Elementary gets turned around before he gets there.
What about private school?
Well, I'm just not down with him hanging around a bunch of rich, snot-nosed kids.
Ahmad has done just fine at Lakeside Prep, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. I guess Jay can go to school with those people and still stay in touch with his roots. I just gotta make sure he's down with the streets and ain't no punk.
It's the streets that held you back all these years. You better make sure he's down with those books.
Why can't he be down with both?
Because both is not going to help him get an education and a job.
We cannot continue to underfund our schools and expect our children to be overachievers.
You've got great plans, Mrs. Chadway, but
Thank you.
frankly, you've only been in the race for a few weeks. Davis and Thomas have been mounting their campaign for months now. Do you really think you stand a chance?
Not only do I stand a chance, but I'm going to win. Every day I'm creeping up in the polls.
Then how do you respond to Alderman Davis when she refers to your candidacy as nothing more than a nuisance?
It's interesting that Alderman Davis would say that. If I'm no threat to her, why would she offer to anoint me as her successor when she runs for state senate next year?
Are you saying she offered you a deal?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh, and right at the buzzer, candidate Chadway surprises us with big news. Unfortunately, we're out of time. But we're going to keep talking off air, so I'll be able to update the people tomorrow when we'll be talking to our third candidate in the race, Carl Thomas. This has been Chicago Update, cable access for the South Side.
We're out. All right, well,
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
That was perfect. Yeah. How long do you think it'll take David to respond?
Well, I hope long enough for me to call home and check on the kids. Let me get the cell phone.
Here you go.
Shut the barn door on that one.
Hello? Alderman Davis. She must have us on speed.
The voucher only covers tuition. That's about it. You know, after uniforms, books, activity fees, and school trips, it's between $4 or $5 grand a year.
$5 grand? Then what's the purpose of the vouchers?
Are you kidding? Tuition alone is $12,000 a year at that school.
What? That's ridiculous. I mean, I set aside some cash for Jay, but that only lasts us for a few years.
Yeah, well, just be glad that you're not me, because Jay has 2 more cousins that I have to worry about.
And they girls, too? Like you said, I'm glad I ain't you. So what's up with the politician with a conscience?
Are you messing with me, man?
Nah, never that. I mean, I admit I thought Maxine's campaign was a joke and you were tripping by backing her, but I'm seeing it a little differently now. Her platform is good, and people I talk to seem to be feeling her.
She doesn't have a chance.
The polls say she might have a slim chance.
Look, now I admit that I didn't think that it would go this far. But now I just have to ride it out and see how far it goes.
Well, whatever happens, you can handle it, Mr. First Husband. The domestic life seems to agree with you.
I heard you couldn't afford the D.C. trip, and I told my dad.
Why?
He's the president of an organization that might be willing to pay for your trip.
Look, tell your dad that my parents would never let me accept handouts, but thanks anyway. I've got a perfectly good excuse for not going to the Smithsonian. Now this jerk is trying to mess up my game.
Baby, aren't you tired of reading that thing yet?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have brought this thing to bed every night. Yeah, why don't you put it up for me?
No.
Come on, baby. Why don't you turn off the light?
Not tonight, Kenny. I face off with Davis in a week, and I know she's bringing her A game.
You sure you ready for that?
Yeah, Terry's been coaching me. She thinks I'll be fine.
Well, you know, a mock debate with Terry and a real one with seasoned politicians are two totally different things.
He seems more worried about it than I am. You're still fine with me doing this, right?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. Hey, you know what? You never told me exactly what Davis offered you in this outrageous deal.
She promised to give the community everything we wanted, and I'd supposedly get a job in her office.
Ain't that something? Well, too bad that this offer didn't come under different circumstances, because you could have went part-time. And then, you know, when Brooke is in school, you could go full-time. What?
You really just want a stay-at-home wife, don't you? No aspirations or anything else.
You know, of course I want you to stay home, Maxine. Now, this is like no surprise to you. This is what I've always wanted. I mean, you're the one that's changed.
I think we've both changed, Kenny. And you're wrong if you think I'm gonna pull out of this race. And if you think I'm gonna lose, you're dead wrong.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go to sleep unless you think I'm gonna be wrong for doing that, too.
What give people their consciousness? When you open up your eyes, you realize this, that there's more to this world than meets the eye. When you start to asking questions, how and why? When you're younger, what makes you grow? How about what makes you old?
Hey, everybody, can I get your attention, please? Please? Now, most of you know my sister, Maxine Chadway. And if you don't, you will soon, because she's going to be our next alderman.
If I can get your vote.
Now, I know you all came here to get your hair done, but if you'll please just take 1 minute to look these over.
I know they're not fancy. My son Ahmad helped me make them on his computer.
That is so sweet.
He's pretty amazing. All our children are. I know I've only been trying to get my ideas out there for about a month now. But the one thing I hope I've been able to drive home is that our children are my #1 priority.
Max has worked with the PTA ever since her son Ahmad was little. She teaches Sunday school. What else? She volunteers at the neighborhood youth center.
All that work, you should be paid. Oh, that would be nice. But that's not why I'm running. I'm running because we need to see some changes made in our community. And I want to make that happen.
Okay, so please give her your support.
Hand me some of those flyers. I'll pass them out at my sorority meeting.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time out to listen to me.
Good luck, girl.
So what do you think?
I think your little sister just got you some serious votes.
Yes, she did. Thank you. Thanks for supporting me, Bert.
Just let me know what else I can do.
Okay, well, I gotta run. Terry's giving me one more quiz before the debate tonight.
Well, if it's anybody who can win an argument, it's your big sister.
Tell me about it.
Hey, listen. Good luck. Lem's gonna pick up the kids from Mrs. Jenkins' house tonight. When I get home, I'll feed them and make sure they're ready for bed.
Thank you. I'll come and get them as soon as I can. Okay. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
My
hair was that long, I tell you.
Hey, Bert. Your sister's good people. But she doesn't really think she can beat Alderman Davis, does she?
Well, I think she has a chance. Did you see the way people responded to her today?
Yeah. I see their response right here.
This is not right.
Yeah. Drop out on the left side.
Somebody got that. Flag that line a little bit. Very good. We're ready over here.
Yeah, I will buy some raffle tickets.
Makeup?
Your wife is minutes away from a debate that could change your life. We're talking about raffle tickets.
Okay. You know, thank you. I will talk to you later. All right, bye now. My kids have school projects and after-school projects. Now, somebody's got to handle it.
Oh. So now you get to help out with the kids more. What a burden.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening. This is Chicago Update, cable access for the South Side. Tonight we'll be hosting the debate in the heated race for the seat of alderman in the 16th District. Because we have limited time, we'll start with some brief opening statements. In alphabetical order, Maxine Chadway.
What's wrong? Oh, she's still on the speech.
Oh, am I on? Oh, start. Oh. Well, as you can see, I'm new at this. Now, there are simple problems in our neighborhoods that have been overlooked in favor of bigger, more headline-grabbing issues. But ridding our schools and our streets of drugs and crime, getting speed bumps so that cars stop racing down our streets, injuring our youth, is what I'm interested in. I can no longer just stand around and watch my neighborhood just deteriorate. And maybe the reason that I can't is because I have lived in the 16th District my whole life. So has my husband. We're proud to be here.
If I close my eyes, I swear it was me up there talking.
Ooh, are you sure that's not your suit she's wearing?
No, and those aren't my words either.
Thank you very much.
I admire Miss Chadway's passion and energy. We need more of that in our community. But we need a little more than energy to get things done at City Hall. If that was all it took, we could get a bunch of third graders down there and call it a day. To get the economic gains that we need and the coalitions formed to move ahead, we need what I have: political savvy and the simple know-how that only comes with experience. Merely gathering a bunch of signatures without regard to procedures and deadlines is no way to get speed bumps in your neighborhood, Miss Chadway. I thought your failed attempt last fall might have taught you that.
Alderman Davis, we both know that you're the reason that our petition wasn't in on time.
Please follow the rules you agreed to before the debate.
You're right. Excuse me.
For those of you aware of the facts, you know that the Davis family has lived in the district for 3 generations and that each one has held public office. That's commitment to the community. And while we're talking community values, I can't imagine why my opponent, Maxine Chadway, who has lived in the 16th District her whole life, would send her son to a private school and yet profess to believe in public education. Though I am not a proponent of the voucher system, I am a proponent of telling the truth.
Oh, no, you know, I could kick her ass. You know, trying to make my wife look like a liar. Now, where we send our mom to school is our business.
We're okay.
While my 2 opponents tell you that they believe in quality education for our children.
Oh, how long do I have to sit here and listen to this mess?
This is only the beginning. Here comes the real asshole.
Well, my job has certainly been made a whole lot easier by the 2 bleeding heart liberals who have preceded me. Alderman Davis has done her homework about Maxine Chadway's first-hand personal use of vouchers. But she has not done her homework about why the voucher system works.
I'm here to tell you. Maxine shouldn't hit in the fact of Maude using vouchers. She set herself up for being outed on TV.
She's not hiding anything. She mentioned it in all her campaign literature. They're just using this voucher thing to confuse people.
Well, they're doing a pretty good job of it.
All she's trying to do is get her son the best education she can. What's wrong with that?
I didn't say anything was wrong with it. I'm just not down with vouchers if they're going to mess up the public school system.
You know Maxine isn't either.
Well, you couldn't pay me to put my ass on the line like that.
May I remind you, your ass has been on the line for a lot less.
Your rebuttal, Mrs. Chadway.
Here she comes.
I believe everybody's child deserves the same opportunities as my son Ahmad has.
Exactly.
Yes. I used a voucher to help pay for his education.
Oh, all right.
I've never hidden that fact, and I'm not ashamed of it. What I am ashamed of is the quality of education at our public schools compared to the private one that he attends.
Right.
Go ahead, Max.
Now, I have 2 young daughters who will be in the public school system. For them, for all of our children, I promise I will work to raise the quality of public education.
Oh, all right. Yeah, all right, baby. Hey, that's good. That's good.
Okay, I'm sorry.
see you guys later, okay?
See you, Ahmad.
Hey, Ahmad, great news. We found a way for you to go to Washington with us.
No, you didn't. And I don't know why you want me to go so bad. We're not friends.
But we should be. My dad says kids like you need to get exposed to culture and stuff.
I don't want you exposing me to nothing, okay?
We're not going to give it to you. Vouchers for America is sponsoring a contest for the outstanding voucher student. The winner gets a trip to Washington. So it's not charity.
I'm not entering the contest.
It's too late. The headmaster already entered you.
What?
And the good news is, you won.
Why do my lies always mess me up? I never even told my parents about the trip. They probably would have scraped together the money if they knew. Now Vouchers for America is sending me. I'm screwed. If you don't get off me, you may not live to see the Washington Monument. How did Vouchers for America get so interested in me?
Candidates once considered shoo-ins are now facing some unexpected challenges. In the 16th district, polls show Alderman Teresa Davis now facing unexpected gains by grassroots candidate Maxine Chadway.
Yes! And that debate was what? A week ago? We are gaining on her, people. We are gaining on her.
Terry Joseph.
Partner,
Hi.
how's it going down at campaign headquarters?
Things are looking very hopeful on the campaign front, Lawrence.
So I hear. I'm just wondering if you thought about the fact that your sister could actually win just enough support to split the vote. Carl Thomas could squeak through, and then what will we have? A conservative representing the community.
This doesn't sound like a vote of confidence.
This is the voice of reason, Terry. Unless you're sure Maxine can win, she may undermine Teresa Davis, a friend, political ally, and sometime client of this firm.
Yeah, she's putting pressure on you to get us to drop out of the race.
She doesn't have to. Robertson Steele has. They're threatening to take their business elsewhere if Maxine stays in the race.
They're in her pocket, too?
There are very few businesses in this community that are not beholden to a Davis regime. Robertson Steele got their contract under a minority business grant started by Davis.
But it's no secret that their revenues are down. Why? Because people in this district need jobs. Now, Davis may have done really great things in her first term, but it's been 8 years, Lawrence. Robertson Steele will thank us once Maxine gets into office.
If Maxine gets in office. Unless you're sure of that, I'd ask myself if it's worth the risk.
Well, it's worth it to me. And it's definitely worth it to my sister. You know, what is this really about, Lawrence? Do you and I have a problem I don't know about?
Why would you say that?
Because you've called me in what obviously must be a very busy day to bitch about my sister's political convictions.
I'm not bitching, Terry. I'm speaking to you, one partner to another, about what's best for the firm. But I should let you go. You obviously have a lot of work to do.
Cut it up.
Hi, Bird.
Hey. I'm on too, Bird. We need a favor. Hope you're not too busy.
Well, what do you need? I kind of got my hands full. We need you to do a straw poll.
Here? Yeah, find out where people's heads really are about this election.
Come on, Max. They know you're my sister. They're not going to tell me who they're voting for. Besides, even if they were honest, polling 15 to 20 people is not going to tell us what the whole community is going to do.
I know you're right. Well, look, get it started anyway. And we'll send down a couple of volunteers to get the same thing started in the mall.
All right, sounds good. I can help out with that on my lunch break. Just the roots, please.
Great.
Great, thanks.
All right, guys. Hey, everybody, can I get your attention, please? Hey, come on over. As you know, the election for alderman is coming up. Cut It Up is going to do a straw poll just to kind of get an inside look at what's up. Now, we're going to do this throughout the mall, so we might as well start here. Now, you don't have to do it if you don't want to, but TV and newspapers are always telling us what we feel. So, here's a chance to find out what's real. Could you hand out the rest of those for me? Thank you.
Hey, have you seen Davis's new campaign ad?
Where she's riding around the community in her brand new Mercedes?
No, the one where she's helping her kids do homework, watching her husband cut the lawn.
Her kids go to boarding school, and the only time her husband goes outside is to play golf.
Check them out yourself. And the ones for Thomas are even better.
Carl Thomas is the candidate who really cares about your community. Who else will tell you that by choosing vouchers, you reduce the class size for students who remain in public schools? You help public schools by forcing teachers to measure up to competitive standards. And you ensure that your child gets better test scores without reducing funding to public education. Vote for Carl Thomas, Alderman, 16th District, the candidate who cares about your children. This advertisement was paid for by Vouchers for America.
He makes it sound all right.
Man, there is no such thing as separate but equal. Now, some kids will get left out, and who do you think those kids are going to be? The poor kids, the black kids, and the kids whose parents can't even speak up for them.
You know I care about taking care of my brothers and sisters. But bottom line, I want Jay to get the best education he can.
I hear what you're saying. That's why Ahmad is going to Lakeside Prep.
And he gets better grades there, right?
No, he was getting good grades before. You know, we sent him to Lakeside Prep so he can get those advanced math and science classes. Now, I won't be able to send Brooke and Kelly to private school unless they get those vouchers. And Ahmad was on that waiting list for 3 years, man.
So what are you going to do?
Not buy into this whole voucher thing, hook, line, and sinker like they want me to. And hopefully politicians like Maxine will be able to keep public education alive.
Oh, so she's a politician now?
Well, you know, I'm warming up to the idea. Even if I have to come over here some nights to get a decent meal.
I can't cook some chili, can I?
Brother.
Damn. I hate to see what would happen if Davis does win. Payback might be a bitch. Your streets won't see a speed bump until you have grandchildren.
Yeah, she does seem like a sister who would keep a grudge, huh? You know what? Enough of this doomsday prediction. My wife just might surprise you. I'm telling you, she is a contender.
Hey. Hey. What's going on? Oh, what time is it?
Oh, everything's fine. Called Kenny, told him you were spending the night here. He was happy you were finally getting some sleep.
You better get up. We've got a big day. Some last-minute campaign stops to make.
Okay.
Shoot.
I had no idea I was this tired.
Well, you've been on overload for 2 months. Of course you're tired.
Well, today is the big day. Thanks for hanging in there with me.
Well, you're my sister. What else was I supposed to do?
I know I put you in an awkward position at work.
Now, I have been in worse situations with people I could care a thing about. Now, I really think Lawrence Freeman has the firm's best interest at heart. I just think he's wrong about the best way to protect that interest.
Well, lucky for him. We know.
We do, don't we? Oh. Proud of you. I've just seen a whole new you these past few weeks. For the first time in my life, I don't have to worry about having all the answers because you beat me to it. Or you have some great idea that I couldn't even begin to think of. It's just been amazing. And I think you are going to make an impressive alderman.
Really?
Of course, really. My only regret is that I don't live in the district, so I can't vote for you, too.
Okay, stop before you make me cry.
Hello? No, but, I've got it right in front of me. Thanks.
Oh, who was that?
Rose saying that we need to read Thomas's full-page ad in today's paper.
Congratulations, Vouchers of America travel winners. First prize, Ahmad Chadway. What?
The ad went on to say that my mom was dishonest, taking advantage of every opportunity that Vouchers offered, while slamming the door on everyone else.
trying to figure out why you would do such a thing. But I couldn't come up with any answers. Well, actually, that's not true. I came up with a couple. You care nothing of how your actions make this family look? Or somehow we managed to raise a child with no respect for the truth? No, trust me, it's not a good time for you to speak right now. It's time for you to think of what you could possibly say to your mother to apologize. Look at me. Maybe Maxine will be able to understand why you didn't even bother to tell us about this Smithsonian trip before you start lying to everybody at that damn school about how poor we are. Maybe Maxine will be able to understand why you did this, because I don't.
Should have been one of the most joyful moments in our lives. The first member of our family running for political office was not happy at all for me. The way I messed up, I wish I could go behind one of those curtains and hide. For the first time in my life, I realized how important each vote is. But I still don't know what I should say to my mom or how to apologize for what I did. For 2 months, I watched my mom campaign for what she believes in. Big Mama would be proud of how the family supported her, stuck together to make the community safer and schools better.
With the polls closed for hours now, there are a few surprises indicated by Channel 25 exit polls. In the 16th district, the battle between incumbent Teresa Davis and conservative challenger Carl Thomas is unexpectedly close, with Maxine Chadway in a respectable third place so far. Anything can still happen.
Anything can happen.
And who cares about Channel 25 exit polls? They're saying what people have been talking about for days.
Wait until all the votes are counted before you get so negative.
It didn't take a scientist to see what was coming. Just like always, black folks can't get together on nothing, so we end up screwing ourselves out of everything.
Oh, well, see, Lem, you can't think that way either. I mean, I'm sure everybody in this room wants Maxine to win. But that doesn't mean we should get together, you know, and have the same opinions because we all have the same color of skin.
Would you please stop? Okay? There's still hope. Have we learned nothing from the presidential election? You cannot make any predictions until every single vote is counted.
We should have learned the lesson of Ralph Nader. He fucked it up for all of us.
That's for damn sure.
Ralph Nader split the vote, but he didn't steal the election.
Okay, hold it. Stop. Okay?
Yes. Yes, it's possible I could lose this race, but I haven't given up. Now, you all know that I did not go after this. It came to me. In a way, this whole thing has been out of my hands from the beginning. So, if I win, it's because there's a reason I'm supposed to be in office. And if I lose, I'm not sorry about anything.
Win or lose, baby, I got your back. You hear me? Come here.
That means everything to me, Kenny.
I know.
That's okay. If Davis wins, I'll just kick her butt next time.
Well, that's right. Whoa, wait a minute. I think we got some results in.
In other news, real gross domestic product, or GDP, expanded at a robust
Whatever happens, you fought a good fight.
Annual rate.
Thanks, sis. Thank you, Kenny.
And And with 94% of the votes counted, we're finally in a position to call the race for alderman in the 16th district. And the victory goes to Carl Thomas. It's the first time in over 36 years that a conservative candidate has held office in this South Chicago liberal stronghold. Now, in other election news, this is not the only district that's faced an upset. If we look over to another district just south of the 16th, we'll see this picture.
Love you, Mom.
I love you too.